Do animals know they exist? Facts.
couch somewhere, staring at the wall. And if you asked its owner what it's thinking about, they'd probably say something like nothing, or food,
Nah,
or
facts.
squirrels. But what if that's wrong?
Yeah, what do you? I've been thinking about what does a dog really think about, bro? Like, you gotta think about it, bro. Like, they really don't have a thought. Like, that's crazy to me. Cause I remember my dog, he be doing some dumb. Like, my dog was crazy. Like, I swear.
What if behind those eyes there's something looking back? What if that dog
Dogs can't talk, obviously, bro. Invalid video. Yeah, you're a troll, gang. These niggas are a troll.
knows on some level that it exists? Or, and this is the question that should actually keep you up at night, what if it doesn't? What if you are the only kind of thing in the entire universe that knows it's alive?
Nah, facts. Like, imagine being a dog, gang. That's an L. I'm not gonna say L life, but bro, being a dog would be actually actually trash, bro. Cause you gotta like think about it, bro. You're a property of the owner. Yeah, you're a property of somebody. It's like being yeah, from like back then. You know what I mean? Like your own, bro. That's L. I gotta have
In
my freedom.
1970, a psychologist named Gordon Gallup Jr. came up with what is still considered the gold standard test for self-awareness in animals. It's called the mirror test. The setup is simple. You anesthetize an animal. While it's unconscious, you put a small mark somewhere on its body. A dot of paint on its forehead, a sticker on its ear. Somewhere it can only see in a mirror, not by
Oh, so if it does that, then it would know like it's not them. Like it doesn't feel like themselves. Because if you do that, it's like changing the appearance of it. So it's gonna be like, who is this?
looking down. Then you put it in front of a mirror and watch what happens. Most animals see their reflection and think it's another animal.
Yeah, that's what I'm
They
saying.
posture, they bark, they try to scare it off. Eventually, they get bored and walk away, never once understanding that the thing they were threatening was them. But a handful of animals
Japan
do something
flag dog.
different.
What does that mean?
They see the mark. They look at the
Oh yeah,
mirror.
because the flag of Japan has a dot in the middle. Facts.
They look back at themselves, and they reach
This is
up
an
and
AI
touch the
dog. What are you be talking about, Mizzen, bro? This nigga's chatting, bro.
mark on their own body. They understand that the reflection is them. The animals that pass, chimpanzees, bonobos, orangutans,
So basically, any humanoid animal is gonna pass. Facts. I don't think you would pass, Mizzen, because you can't be a human, bro. Can't be real.
gorillas, but only occasionally, dolphins, orca whales, elephants, and one bird, the Eurasian magpie, a crow-sized creature with a brain the size of your thumb that apparently knows what it looks like.
So how big does your brain have to be to actually have consciousness? Like, is there not enough electrons for that? Like, you ever have an electron minimum, like a PC specs, a PC spec requirement? I'm a new person, but the same kind of beast.
Animals
Yeah,
that
ban
fail,
yourself.
dogs, cats, almost every other mammal on Earth, including, for the first 2 years of
times
their
speed?
lives, human babies. Now
Facts.
here's where it gets complicated, because a lot of scientists think the mirror test is a terrible way to measure self-awareness.
I don't know. Bro, think it's PC speed. I no cap. Hey, bro, you don't have enough RAM, bro. You don't have enough RAM for consciousness.
Dogs, for example, live in a world built almost entirely on smell, not
Nah,
sight.
facts.
Asking a dog to recognize itself in a mirror might be like asking you to identify yourself from a recording of your own heartbeat.
Yeah,
The
that's true.
format of the test is wrong, not the dog. In 2017, a researcher named Alexandra Horowitz modified the test. Instead of a mirror, she gave dogs a scent version, their own urine, altered urine, and completely foreign urine, and watched which one they spent the most time investigating. Dogs spent significantly more time with the altered version of their own scent. They noticed
So, because wouldn't that be like uncanny valley for them? Like if I had like you know what I mean? I'll be uncanny valley for them. Like if I was seeing somebody look like me but wasn't me, I was like that's crazy. Why are
something about
dogs sus?
themselves had changed.
Yo, it's
By
2026,
their own
Mizzen. Let's
rules
lock in.
in their own star. There's a distinction philosophers have been arguing about for centuries.
We just closed
It's the
game.
difference between
So
being a
Dabo?
self and
What does that
knowing
mean?
you're a self. Between having experiences and knowing you have experiences. There's a word for this. Metacognition. Thinking about your own thinking. Being aware of your own awareness. It's what you're doing right now, actually.
Facts.
You're not just reading these words. You know that you're reading these words. You can zoom out from yourself and observe yourself from the outside.
Facts.
That's the question. Can animals do that? And the
I don't. Oh, they can. I would say I don't think they can, but they could. So it's
answer
crazy.
increasingly is yes, but it's messier than anyone expected. In
I
2007,
was finna say
researchers
no.
at the University of Georgia ran an
Hey, shout out
experiment on
Georgia.
rhesus monkeys. They
Shout out
gave the
Anthony
monkeys a
Edwards.
memory test, and after each question gave them a choice: take a hard test worth more points or take an easy test worth fewer. The monkeys consistently chose easier questions when they were uncertain of the answer,
Mm.
harder questions when they felt confident.
So you can
They
ask a monkey a question and it's going no? That's crazy. Nigga said racist monkey. Yeah, okay.
weren't just answering questions,
Yo, this
they were
nigga's
evaluating
crazy.
how well they knew the answer before they gave it. That's metacognition. That's an animal thinking about its own thinking. And it doesn't stop at monkeys. Rats have been shown to opt out of tests they
I hate
haven't
rats.
studied for, choosing a smaller
I
guaranteed
hate
reward
rats.
over gambling on a question they're not sure about. Pigeons can report their own memory failures. Dolphins have been observed hesitating before answering, in a way that mirrors human uncertainty. These animals aren't just reacting to the world. They're modeling their own internal states.
Mm.
They know when they know something. They know when they don't. But here's what science still can't crack. All of that, we cannot get inside what they feel. There's a
But it was
concept
crazy, bro. I heard
philosophers
that.
call qualia,
Nine got it,
the
bro.
raw subjective texture of experience, the specific redness of red, the
Mhm.
particular
It was
pain of a
crazy.
paper cut,
Nah,
the
facts.
feeling of being you,
Yeah,
right now, in this moment.
I be thinking about that every day. Like, I'm really here as a person. That's crazy. Cause it's like, I'm really here. I'm 1 in a trillion.
Is there something
I'm
it
1 in a
feels like to
trillion.
be a dog?
Shout
Or is the
out,
dog just running
Finding Nemo.
biological software, processing
I
input?
told you. What I told you. It's a PC specs, bro. Like you really have PC specs, gang. Like you don't have enough RAM for consciousness.
Producing outputs with nobody home. The philosopher Thomas Nagel made this famous in a 1974 paper with one of the greatest titles in academic history. What is it like to be a bat? His argument was simple and devastating. Bats navigate by echolocation. They
Robo dog among
experience
us.
the world as a landscape of sound
You
reflections
fucking
that we
retarded.
literally cannot imagine. And no matter how much we study bat brains and bat behavior, we will never know what it feels like to be one.
Nah,
The inner
facts.
experience is inaccessible.
You wouldn't know unless
And
you're
if we
them.
can't know what it's like to be a bat,
Then you wouldn't
how
know
do
if they
we
have
know there's
consciousness.
anything it's like to be anything other than us?
Nah, facts.
Some scientists think
Wait, so
we're
can you say?
massively
So can you say like how would you know anything other? How can you know it's like how can you know how other person feels? And like you really only truly know how you feel. That's why I've been saying that people be in too deep. Like you would never know how somebody feels unless you are them. So you gotta take that's why you gotta walk in somebody else's shoes. Like I feel that people don't really truly understand how people feel, and I don't think nobody should be judged. That's why I think like making fun of somebody is kind of corny. That's just lame.
underestimating animals. In
Iana Koji
2012,
manipulation.
a group
Okay,
of
bro.
neuroscientists
You ruined
gathered
my
at
clip.
Cambridge
Stop
University
trolling.
and signed what became known as the Cambridge Declaration on Consciousness. Their conclusion: the neurological structures that produce consciousness in humans are not unique to
Nah,
humans.
facts.
Birds and mammals, and possibly other creatures, possess the same neural substrates for conscious states.
Mhm.
In plain English, the hardware that
hardware,
runs
yep. They're
consciousness in
PCs,
your
bro. We are
brain
PCs,
exists in
gang.
their brains too. The lights, they argued, are probably on. Franz de Waal, one of the world's leading primatologists, spent decades watching chimpanzees and argued that the question of whether animals have inner lives was almost
Dude,
backwards.
trying to get a WSP
We should
clip.
be shocked, he said,
I'm
if
trying
they
to get my
didn't.
PBA motivation,
Evolution doesn't
bro.
tend
My
to
whole
invent
core clip.
something from scratch. Consciousness almost certainly evolved gradually, just like legs, like eyes, like lungs, which means it probably exists on a spectrum,
Nah,
and we are not
facts.
at one end of it and everything else at the other. We're all somewhere along the same line. And then there's the one piece of evidence that's hardest to explain away: grief. In 2018, a killer whale
yeah,
named
I've been wondering,
Tahlequah
like, do other animals feel grief? Like, do they really be feeling sad or not? Cause like I've been seeing some videos like animals really be like getting destroyed, and like the other animal would just walk off. Like their family would just walk off. Like I seen a video of a baby like
lost her calf.
animal
The
getting
baby
like
died
took.
shortly after
They didn't
birth,
care.
and for 17 days, Tahlequah carried the body of her dead calf on her head
Oh, I
as
didn't
she
know that.
swam.
Damn. So they do feel
17
grief.
days, across more than 1,000 miles of ocean. The rest of her pod took turns helping her carry it when she got tired. Scientists called it a tour of grief, the longest recorded in any non-human species, and no one had a clean behavioral explanation for it. It wasn't about survival.
There'll be no
It
ad
wasn't
blocker.
about feeding. There was no evolutionary
Bro,
advantage
chill, I need to
to
download
carrying
one,
a
bro,
dead
chill.
body for over 2 weeks across open ocean, except that maybe she knew her calf was gone and couldn't let go. If that's not the behavior of a creature that knows something existed and now doesn't,
Nah,
what is?
facts.
So where
That's
does
just a
that
good
leave
point.
us? The science says, yes, some animals can recognize themselves. Yes, they can think about their own thinking. Yes, they feel something, probably. But the innermost question, the one you actually want answered. Does the dog lying on the couch know it's alive?
Mhm.
That one we still can't fully reach. Here's what we do know. The more closely we look at animals, the more the gap narrows.
Wait, so
Every
as animals
decade of
evolve, do we
research
get more
closes the
conscious?
distance a little more.
Like I feel like a chimpanzee gonna
Abilities we
finally know.
once
Like
thought were
eventually they're gonna
uniquely
be
human.
smart.
Language, tool use, culture, mourning, self-recognition keep turning up in other species.
Mhm.
The wall between us
Invalid?
and
What are you
them
talking about?
has been getting shorter
Dogs
for as
can't
long as
speak?
we've been studying them, which raises an uncomfortable
Facts, bro.
question. If we've been wrong this whole time, if animals do exist in some meaningful sense, if there's something it's like to be them, if they feel and grieve and know themselves, then the way we treat them isn't just an ethical question. It's something we've been getting wrong for all of human history.
Nah, facts.
And the only reason we got away with it this long is because we couldn't ask them. There's a chimpanzee named Washoe who, in
Oh, I seen it. I think I heard about
1966,
this.
became the first non-human
Like,
animal
they
to
could
learn
talk in sign
American
language.
Sign Language.
I seen a video of a
She learned
gorilla
over
being able to talk in sign
350
language too.
signs. She taught some of them to her son. One day, a researcher who had been gone for a long time came back to visit. Washoe hadn't seen her in months. When
They
Washoe
recognize her?
saw her, she signed, "Cry."
Oh,
Then
that's
she
so
pointed at the
sad.
researcher's eyes. "Cry." She wanted to know why the researcher wasn't crying, why she wasn't as moved as Washoe was. Whether or not
Oh, that's
Washoe
sad.
understood her own existence, she understood yours. Maybe that's where it starts.
Damn, that's real shit. A WTF video.